Hey guys, right now, as you can see, I'm outside in the dark. There's the moon. It's a beautiful night. What I wanted to say before I forgot and before I fall asleep is I was on YouTube and I saw an article about Obama and his visit to Israel. And basically, there's Christian people who are Christians commenting on the page. And then obviously you see the atheists and the haters of God on there. And they've always got something real insightful to say. And one Christian was talking about, let me just read it. All right. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. That's really fuzzy. Anyway, this is what the first part is what the Christian said. Obama entered a God-fearing region and has started the process of desolation in the minds of God's youth. The year God's land accepts lawful same-sex marriage proposed by Obama via peace will be the end of God in the hearts of men across the world. Sorry, you can't see that. My light is terrible. So he was basically talking about that this Christian was talking about what Obama's doing, and it's going to lead to the end of God in the hearts of men across the world. And that got 19 dislikes. Anything that has to do with God, instantly you can just pretty much accept that it's going to be disliked. And then here's the atheist comment right here. That will be the year we are truly free to think for ourselves and feel compassion for others beyond just what's allowed in a book. That got 2 dislikes and 38 likes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are right in the middle of whatever is good is evil and whatever is evil is good. And as you all know, in the Bible, let's read this part. Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So pride comes before the fall. The reason we're seeing such an increase in atheism and just people who outright cannot stand the Bible is because since they've been born for however long, nothing that they see has happened that's been biblical because they've got their eyes closed. God's not going to show them the truth because they don't want the truth. So He's not going to show them that all this stuff's happening. They're sitting there and they're getting more and more and more boastful and arrogant and saying whatever they want to say about Christianity. I've been alive this whole time, and I'm 40 years old, or I'm mostly it's with the younger crowd. I'm 18 years old and God's not coming, Jesus isn't coming. You've been saying that for thousands of years, and I'm sick of people listening to this stupid book. And they're getting more outright arrogant and cocky about their hatred for God and the Bible. And I wanted to say something, and that the reason they have so much pride is because of the spirit that abides in them. And what happened to Satan? What happened to Lucifer when he fell? He got prideful, and he let his heart get hardened. And he said, I will become the Most High. I will be like God. I will be worshipped. And the same thing happens. And what happened? Right before the fall, that's what happened. He got prideful. That's where this mainly comes from. It's kind of like a parable in itself. Pride comes before the fall. What happened before Lucifer fell? He got very prideful. He was the anointed cherubim that covereth. He was the most angelic. He was the highest class of eternal being that God had in heaven. So all these people that are out there hating, anything that they say that it's against God, it's instantly going to get, hundreds of likes, and people are going to like what they say because it's evil. And anything evil is good nowadays, and anything good is hated on. So, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Proverbs 16:18. So, what year is this? This is 2013. And as we know, 13 is the number of rebellion. So what I am saying is going to happen this year, and I'm not a prophet, this is just something that I feel like God is pouring on my spirit. And I just wanted to make a video about it because before I forgot. I believe that 13 is the number of rebellion. That's evident. But the significance of that this year, all these people are thinking, the only reason that they're so cocky about their hatred towards God is because they think that they can go on their entire lives and say whatever they want and nothing is ever going to happen to them. The world is going to stay the same. We're going to have a war here and a war there and famines in third world countries. And, a lot of the people that hate the Bible, these are people that live in America and England and Russia, people that live in first and second world countries, and they don't know what humble is. They've never gone a day without having a meal. They've never gone without having a roof over their head. They think they're going to continue to say all this crap about God, and nothing's ever going to happen to them. Ever. Nothing will ever happen to them. Things will continue as they will. But let me tell you, this guy that said this, let's see, let it focus, hang on. Sorry, it's really windy. He basically just says, this will be the year that we are truly free to think for ourselves and feel compassion for others beyond just what's allowed in a book. So this guy's saying, this year is going to be the year when we're truly able to understand and think for ourselves and not have to deal with what's in the book. Oh, okay. Well, 13 is the number of rebellion. I believe that this year something is going to happen, and it's going to be so evident to born-again Christians that it's of God and God's judgment. It's going to happen, and a lot of atheists are just going to, again, brush it off and say, oh, man, that's terrible. I don't understand what's happening. And the Christians will know what happened. They'll know that it was judgment for the sin that's been going on. And hopefully some atheists will be woken up to it when they see, basically the hand of God sending down judgment. Whether that be in the form of an earthquake the likes of which we've never seen before. Maybe a bunch of natural disasters happen all at the same time. Maybe it's nuclear war, false flag terror attack, maybe all of them at the same time. But I just wanted to make the video and say pride comes before the fall. And right now we're seeing some of the most arrogant, cocky, atheist remarks on YouTube channels and Facebook, and stuff's about to get really bad. And the only one that can protect you is Jesus Christ. And if it be His will that Christians are martyred this year because of the judgment of America, and some Christians just have to be martyred, then I don't see a problem with that. That happens every day. Someone's martyred for their belief in Jesus. I think America is going to be judged this year. So, just let that sink in. Pride does come before the fall. And atheists, as everybody knows, this is no secret, they are the most prideful and arrogant and cocky people on planet Earth. And they're going to see what God really does, what God is really capable of doing. And they're going to see out in the open that God does not mess around with sin. And when He tells you to repent, you better repent. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I certainly have repented. There's probably one more thing I wanted to add, and I probably got off track, so if that comes back to me, then I'll make a video in the morning. But there's the moon. Thank y'all for watching. And as we all know, nothing happens without God allowing it to happen. The New World Order can plan any event that they think they can carry out, but it's not going to happen without God allowing it to happen. So if something's supposed to happen tomorrow, Friday, then so be it. But I just pray that all the atheists and people out there that just hate the Bible just because they don't want to give up their sin, I hope they get woken up. But He can only open the door for so long. You have to walk through it. And a lot of people the door keeps opening and opening and opening sometimes. Sometimes God gives them multiple chances to turn from their sin and see the truth, and they just slam the door in His face as many times as He opens it. So when stuff starts hitting the fan, I believe that's God saying, for whatever area that affects that's affected by God sending judgment down, that was Him slamming the door right back and saying, you had your last chance. I pray that God protects His born-again followers and believers in Jesus Christ in these harsh times that are coming, and they are coming this year. I think things are going to happen this year that make 9/11 look like a walk in the park. No offense or disrespect, but 9/11 is not the worst thing that's ever going to happen in the world. It's going to get a lot worse. Thanks for watching, and God bless.